the top 5 in the standings are in the top 5 on the grid. Green flag up, lights on. Let's race at Whilton Mill. And it's a good start from the pole sitter, but a better start from Tyler Humphries. He launches forward and gets ahead of Frankie Watson as they go through the first couple of corners. It looks like Wilson Dilks is already trying to take on Josh Herring. Hudson Cooper in the mix there as well. So the top 5 already having a good banzai. Wilson Dilks to the inside, gets 3rd position. That's important for Wilson Dilks. He needs to stay close to Tyler Humphries in the points rankings, but it's a very neat start indeed for Tyler Humphries. Business as usual for the championship leader.
That's definitely the start that Tyler needed there. If he has any chance of being able to pull away from Wilson Dilks.
Now Frankie Watson in 2nd place. This is a bit of a chance for him. I think he knows that with the bad luck he's had already so far this season, he's got nothing more to lose. So he may as well just get his head down and really charge for it. And that's why we're seeing a really strong performance from Frankie Watson in the closing stages of this season. These 2 rounds, he can really bring back some points.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree on that. I think these 2 rounds, but like at the same track is going to be, if you get along with this track, it's going to work well for you. But if you don't, then you will have to push past that and try and make the track work the best that you can for you and the best like you can with that.
Fascinating to see if we are still going to get a little bit of purchase from Frankie Watson in this race, because even though Tyler Humphries got into the lead initially, I think there's still a point to prove. I think there's still more to come from this, you know, because I don't think Frankie Watson is prepared to take 2nd place lying down. Wilson Dilks is pushing. Tyler Humphries has obviously got some work to do here. So I would suspect that there is more to this battle than meets the eye. I think there could be a little bit more of a charge from Frankie Watson. We've got 12 laps to go as they come across the line. And so this is not going to be easy to predict again.
Hudson's there in 4th. Which is better than I think 5th or 6th that he got last time.
And Watson's going to charge through and he's going to overshoot. Watson had to think about the lead there. Got into the lead initially, but then he overshoots on Tyler Humphries and slips behind Wilson Dilks. Big error in judgment there, sadly, from Frankie Watson. So easily done. He saw the gap. He was so keen to go for the lead, but he just missed his braking point by a couple of metres, and that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Tricky stuff onto the back straight then, so Frankie Watson has just got to shake it off. Forget it, it's ancient history. Now go after the guys in front, Tyler Humphries.
The thing is, especially with Tyler and Wilson, their times are so close to each other. It's so difficult for, like, if there's 1 second gap, that is so difficult to actually make up.
Yeah, now that Wilson Dilks has been released by Frankie Watson, he is like a bullet out of a gun. He is charging after Tyler Humphries, really starting to close up. Look at the last lap times and you can see what we mean. Wilson Dilks has done a 53.8 compared to Humphries on a 54 flat. Frankie Watson would have been at that sort of pace had he not overshot at the hairpin at Christmas. But look at Wilson Dilks. He knows he's running out of chances to take points off Tyler Humphries, so that's exactly what he's here to do. He cannot afford to lose too much ground. So he's got to make something of this. He's just got to take as many points off Tyler Humphries as physically possible. Getting this lead is absolutely critical for Wilson Dilks. He really needs to make it work for him in his favour. And let's not forget, of course, that in the earlier race, it was Wilson Dilks that took the victory from Tyler Humphries. He gained 5 points on him, so the gap that was 32 is now down to 27. He does it again, the gap comes down to 22. So he really does need to keep making these advantages count. He could gain 10 points on him by the end of today. So there is a lot at stake here for Wilson Dilks. He knows he's got to try and take on Tyler Humphries. The last thing he wants is to finish 2nd when Tyler Humphries takes the win, because that will get the gap back up to 32 points again. It would be like today never happened.
Yeah, I think that's what he'll be aiming to do. But Frankie Watson's still there, so maybe he might be able to pull that little gap in and make a move. Maybe not.
It's a very good call, actually, because Watson, a lot of riders, after making a mistake like that and losing down to 3rd position, they would have gone to pieces. That would have got to their head. Frankie seems to have found speed in reserve. He can come back at them. Here comes the move potentially from Wilson Dilks. Is he going to throw it up the inside into Christmas? Oh, he takes full guns blazing. Watson gets through as well. That is perfect for Wilson Dilks, because now he's not going to gain 5 points, he's going to gain 9 points on Tyler Humphries. That's the best of both worlds for Wilson Dilks.
Now Tyler needs to keep composed and fight for them places back.
Yeah, because Tyler's going to feel really aggrieved at that move from Wilson Dilks, because he hasn't just lost the lead, he's lost second as well. But Frankie Watson's going to take the lead. Frankie Watson comes in, and now there's the move from Wilson Dilks. For Tyler Humphries, he gets Wilson Dilks. That was a perfect opportunistic move from Tyler Humphries, and that keeps the championship alive for Tyler Humphries and on the back foot for Wilson Dilks. But Frankie Watson has been able to bounce back from his earlier mistake, and now he leads here. Fantastic. There's a great battle going on further back as well between Josh Herring and Hudson Cooper. They're having a terrific race. There's also a good battle between King Stevenson and Ollie O'Gorman. So there are a lot of good races going on. So there is Watson in the lead. Humphries in second, Dilks in third. A few seconds back from this, we've got Josh Herring and Hudson Cooper dueling over fourth position. And that really is Hudson Cooper's last chance to stay in this championship fight.
Yeah, I think that crash, even though it wasn't a big one, I do think it's knocked his confidence quite a bit, because you normally see him up here with the top 3, but I know he's 4th or 5th, but them little bits and his lap times are a lot down compared to these 53s. I think he's doing a 55 too. Yeah.
It was the last time by, yes, and let's see what he does this time by. Yeah, 55-1, so he's actually been passed by Josh Herring as well, so it's not easy pickings for Hudson Cooper, but look who's taken advantage of it. Frankie Watson, he's just done a 53.5. So Frankie Watson is actually quicker than both Tyler Humphries and Wilson Dilks. This is a great chance for Frankie Watson. So Wilson Dilks now hustling Tyler Humphries. Again, he's in the same position that he was before. He's got to get ahead of Tyler Humphries to stop that lead getting back to what it was at the start of the weekend. But he's also got the problem that Frankie Watson's got ahead of him, so that's 25 points he could have had. So now he's essentially racing for 20, and that's if he manages to get ahead of Tyler Humphries. Humphries, he can't really afford to let Humphries get ahead of Watson first, because that puts Watson between the two of them.
Yeah. Wilson will be wanting to get past Tyler and then straight away past Frankie before Tyler has a chance to get him back.
So Wilson Dilks has got to do his homework here. Tyler Humphries is a hard man to beat. Frankie Watson is doing just that at the moment, though. 6 laps to go. And it is going to be a tricky one to see how it all continues on. But Frankie Watson hangs on in front of Tyler Humphries. Wilson Dilks still battling on there. But it's looking like he's running out of opportunities. He's running out of chances. So this is turning into a really tricky one.
Tyler's just got past Frankie.
Was that Frankie Watson pulling off?
No, I think he got pushed onto the grass there.
Right, we need to have a look at that again. We definitely need to look at that, because that's a big one for the race battle. Frankie Watson dropping to 3rd position. So Tyler Humphries and Wilson Dilks have both managed to get through on Frankie Watson. Watson drifted wide. Now, I couldn't see whether there was any contact there or not, but it's definitely worth looking at that a second time.
I don't think there was. I just think he sat him up, which then just pushed him onto it, but I may be wrong, but I don't think he was.
Yeah, did Frankie Watson just make an error in judgment as a result of the tension of the situation? But that's definitely big for the championship, because now Humphries is back in the lead, Dilks is back in second, little bit of a wobble between them, and that's Cooper and Herring going wheel to wheel for 4th position. And they're swapping positions. That's Hudson Cooper trying to get on the inside of Josh Herring. Herring is not making it easy for him. Oh, there's really big battles going on everywhere, but I would dearly love to see what happened in the lead again between Humphries, Dilks and Watson. Watson now down in 3rd position with 4 laps to go. And you kind of felt that that was a lead very much in the offing as they try and lap Harry Rafferty. And that's going to be crucial for Humphries to do. He's nailed it on Wilson Dilks. Dilks is going to get held up, and that could be game, set and match for Tyler Humphries. Look at the gap between the two of them. That's opened up enough. And certainly for this lap, Tyler Humphries can be comfortable. So excellent work, a great display from Tyler Humphries so far in this one. So a very tough situation between Tyler Humphries, Wilson Dilks and Frankie Watson. But the third place man, as far as he's concerned, he should be in the lead of this race. He'll be very aggrieved that he's down in third position. So there is one of the battles going on further back. That's King, Stevenson, O'Gorman and Evitts, I believe. 3 riders all in the mix there for 6th position.
It's good to see that Ollie O'Gorman is okay after his crash previous.
Yeah, not only okay, but also able to mix it and go racing with people rather than just be limping around at the back feeling sorry for himself. He's properly going for it. Very good to see. Clearly, Ollie O'Gorman very much following in the footsteps of Casey O'Gorman.
Yeah.
So it could be, what do we say, you know, you wait ages for a big talent and then 2 or 3 come along at once. So another big opportunity in the offing there. And still this battle between Herring and Cooper continue unabated. Really exciting stuff as they battle away for position. But a really exciting charge forward now. Across the line.
It must be a relief to both of them 2 front runners that they don't have Frankie to get past. You know, like if they drop back, then Frankie had passed them, and that'd be a massive factor. So I think that'll be one thing that will clear their mind slightly.
It certainly takes the pressure off a little bit, doesn't it?
Because the points are only 20 and 25 to get now, rather than 20, 25 and 16.
That's true, yeah. So they don't have quite so many points to lose. But if they keep squabbling amongst themselves, Frankie Watson will be back on them very quickly indeed. I mean, he may be 4 seconds back, but if you start squabbling for positions, you can lose 4 seconds very easily. Still the battle raging between Josh Herring and Hudson Cooper. Cooper is desperately trying to get past Josh Herring. He's got a back marker in his way. That could actually help him get into 4th position. But it's looking pretty tricky. And it looks as though they're running short on time. This is going to be very tricky now into the last lap. Wilson Dilks has got to go for it on Tyler Humphreys. They're going to go side by side along Manuel's back, along Fine Lady. Wilson Dilks trying to get on the switcheroo to get through on Tyler Humphreys. He's got to have faith in his own convictions here. Up to Ashby. Tyler Humphreys is going to defend and cover the position. Can Wilson Dilks out-accelerate him? Getting up alongside. Draws one wheel level. They go through Wilkins. Up towards Ozier's. And this is not going to be easy for Wilson Dilks. He knows he's got to try and get some points back from Tyler Humphreys. He can't afford to have the battle in the championship reset going into tomorrow. He needs to take a gamble. But is there going to be a big enough gamble in the final couple of corners? I don't think there is. Wilson Dilks is going to have to settle. Tyler Humphreys will get it. Tyler Humphreys takes the win for Wilson Dilks. But it's back to business for Tyler Humphreys.
It looks like Hudson Cooper has got past Joshua Herring.
Yeah, he has. On the very last lap, you're right, Isabel. And that's going to be big points salvage there for Hudson Cooper. As he comes through in 4th place. Yes, he does the job on the last lap. Stevenson 6th, King, O'Gorman, Evans, Hams and Rafferty. But crucially, Tyler Humphreys resets the order in terms of the points gap that we had yesterday.
I am on in.
Yeah.
So I am going to go, and thank you.
Well done, Isabel. You did such a good job all day. Thank you so much. We'll see you again hopefully tomorrow.
Hopefully. Thank you. Bye.
Good stuff. Cheers, Isabel Wingate, for expert analysis. Always good to get the view of a proper rider in the paddock. And excellent stuff from our contenders and our competitors. Thanks to Isabel Wingate. Hopefully we'll see her again in the box tomorrow, but obviously on the track very shortly as well. And hopefully there's another top 10 finish in the offing for her. But in the Mini GP UK 160 title fight, boy, oh boy, oh boy, are we going to see some drama tomorrow. We came into the weekend with a 32-point gap between Tyler Humphreys and Wilson Dilks. It's now the same gap. Tyler Humphreys gains back the 5 points he lost to Wilson Dilks earlier on. Frankie Watson so close to the win, just missing out on and getting that victory. 3rd position is all he can take from this one. Hudson Cooper 4th, Josh Herring 5th, Lucas King in 6th from Ollie O'Gorman, Dan Stevenson and then Ollie Evitts. A lap away, Leo Hams and Harry Rafferty. Non-starts for Chloe Gleeson, William Round and Max Robinson.